Hello everyone and welcome back to another exciting episode on the video tutorial series on OBS Studio. In this video we will see how to do video recording using the sources called Image Slideshow. We will see how to add hotkeys and we'll also explore how to do screen recording. We will also learn how to download the final output file in MP4 format. Recording a video with the help of Image Slideshow is just like presenting your PowerPoint presentation in front of your audience, but the difference is that here the presentation will be recorded in a video format. Another important point to note is that in Image Slideshow option, the slides should be in image format and not in PowerPoint format because it will not take any input in the form of PowerPoint. So if you have created your presentation in PowerPoint, get the slides converted to image format. The next important thing to remember is that when we are going to choose Image Slideshow option, we have to make sure that no other source is added to the screen. So let's start and see how this Image Slideshow option works. Go to the sources, click on this plus symbol and select Image Slideshow. This pop-up box will appear. Click on OK, and here on this dialog box, if you scroll down, you will see this plus option. You have to click on here and then you will get two options: to add files and to add directory. We have to add files, which will lead you to the destination where your PowerPoint files are saved in image format. So here I have got 12 slides, that is 12 slides in image format. I select all of them and then click on open, and all the slides are added to the screen. You can check the sequence of the slides by seeing these options, and if you want to change the sequence of any slide, you can do that by using this upward arrow key or downward arrow key. When all the slides are in sequence as per your need, you click on OK and the slides are added to the screen. Now here you can see that the slides are moving automatically of their own. So when you click on this Image Slideshow on the sources, you see that the slide mode has been chosen as automatic, and that is why the slides are moving automatically. So you can choose this automatic mode as well, and then you can control the time between the slides and the transition speed so that you can control the slides. Or else if you want to control the slides as per your wish, as per your timing, you can change the slide mode to manual as well. Here I want to keep the transition mode to manual, so I click on here. And one more thing you have to note is that here is an option called loop, which is automatically selected. That means after the end of the last slide, that is the 12th slide in my case here, the first slide will again play and this will continue till you end the video. And if you do not want the slides to repeat again and again, you can simply deselect this loop option. And finally you click on this OK and your slides are added to the screen. Now that the slides are added to the screen, I want to control the movement of the slides as per my need, as per my timing, and for that I would need to assign some hotkeys to the screen. And how can I do that? Let's have a look. For assigning the hotkeys, you go to the file, go to settings. Here by scrolling down you will see this option for hotkeys. Click on here, again scroll down, and you will see this option called Image Slideshow. Now you see the options for next slide and previous slide. Let's try to add the right arrow key against this next slide. So here you keep your cursor on the next slide and just press the right arrow key from your keyboard and keep your cursor to the previous slide this time and simply press the left arrow key from your keyboard, and you see that automatically the letters right and left have been added. That means these two hotkeys have been assigned for movement of your forward as well as your backward slides. After you are done, click on this OK. Now if I click on this right arrow key from my keyboard, you see that the next slide is being played. Now that I have assigned the hotkeys against the next slide as well as the previous slide, if I click on this right arrow key, it will lead to the next slide on my presentation. If I keep on clicking this right arrow key, it will show the next slide of my presentation, and similarly if I click on this left arrow key from my keyboard, it will lead to the previous slide. So this way I can adjust, I can control the movement of my slides according to my timing. Once you are done with all the settings, you can click on this start recording and speak whatever you want to speak about these slides. So this slide is about union government. It refers to the organization that is created at the national level, specially to look after big and important issues at nation and also at international level. And this is the basic structure of union government. Stop recording. And now if I go to the file and show recording, so this is what has
Speak
been
whatever you want to speak about these slides. So this slide is about union government. It refers to the organization that is created at the national level, specially to look after big and important issues at nation and also at international level. And this is the basic structure of union government.
So this was the glimpse of the presentation that we had made. One more thing I want to share with you, that whenever you create any kind of video content using any of the sources, be it your face recording, be it through your image or any text, or through image slideshow or even screen recording, after you finish your recording, you can choose the output file as per your wish. For that, go to File, go to Settings. Under the Settings, go to Output, and here you can see under Recording, the recording format. It is by default has been chosen on MP4 in my case, but you may select the FLV or MKV, whichever format you are comfortable with. But basically for creating an e-content for uploading in some nationalized platforms like Diksha or NROER or Vidyadan, etc., they only consider MP4 format. So hence it is suggested that you keep your video on MP4 format. Otherwise you can choose any of the formats as per your wish. And finally you click on OK to get the final output. You can also add another source to this screen, as I have said earlier, that if you wish to add your face to the screen, you can add this video capture device, and by clicking on this, your face will be added to the screen. And accordingly you can resize and put your face to anywhere on the screen as per your wish. Now let's move ahead with the next form of video recording, which is screen recording. Screen recording is the most important and interesting form of video recording that can be done with the help of OBS software. For that, let me first remove this image slideshow source. Click on minus. Now again there is no source on the screen. Then again I have to go to this add sources and click this display capture. Click on OK and OK again. Now you see that you have to make ensure that you have this screen in front of you, that is this infinite screen image in front of you whenever you select display capture option. And if it is not coming, that means your display capture option is not working properly. Now you might have a question that how to get it corrected. So for that, if that means if this infinite screen option is not coming to the black screen and the entire screen is blank, then you go to this search option over here and type display settings. Click on here. This page will come up. Scroll down to the bottom of the page and here you can see this option called graphic settings. Click on here and there is an option for browse. So you have to click on this browse to actually find the location where you have actually installed your OBS Studio. So generally whenever we install any software, it gets downloaded to the C drive, but here in my case I downloaded it to the desktop just for showing you easily. So I click on the folder where I have installed it and there you will see this OBS Studio folder. You have to click on this OBS Studio folder and under this folder you will get another folder called bin. You have to click on this bin folder where you get to see the version of the software that you have installed on your device. Click on this and under this you will see this logo for OBS for 64 bits. So if you double click on this will get the infinite Windows look to your screen. So in my case, if it is already added, so it is showing like this and you will find this screen. Now that you are done with adding the display capture, you can go to this start recording so that you can record anything that you wish to record. For example, suppose you are teaching something for your students using a Word file or an Excel file or any PowerPoint file. So you can do that, you can elaborate that. At the same time, the things will be recorded with your screen if you wish to. You can also show something from the internet. For example, go to the Google and you type anything, say education. I type, say this is the meaning of education, how it is pronounced, and any related article related to education will be displayed. So if I wish to elaborate them in my words, I can do this, and at the same time all these things will be recorded. So this way you can do the screen recording, which is in fact a very important as well as effective feature under OBS Studio for creating any kind of e-content or any kind of promotional video. And once you are done with your recording, you click on stop recording from here. I haven't actually clicked on this start recording this time because I am doing the same in another window on OBS Studio itself. So once you are done with your recording, click on stop recording and then go to this file and show recording to find your final output file. And one more thing I want to mention over here is that about the output file. Whenever you record something, you can choose the output file according to your need. For that, go to the file, go to settings, and here you will see this output option. Click on here, and under this you will see this recording option where you will be able to select the final output file as per your wish. You can get it downloaded in the form of MP4 or FLV or MKV like this. The important thing is that if you are creating an educational content for your students and you want to upload it in any nationalized platforms like Diksha or NROER, etc. So these platforms generally use videos in MP4 formats only. Therefore, it is suggested that you keep your recording format in MP4. Otherwise, you can keep it in FLV or MKV as well if you wish to. And once you are done with all the settings, you click on OK, and your recorded file will be downloaded in your desired output format. We have used this OBS Studio in many of our videos, so hope this will be helpful for you. How did you find the videos? Please do let us know in the comment section. And if you are new to our channel, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for getting the notification beforehand. Thank you for watching.